guys. So it is time for my August TBR. I didn't really do a traditional TBR video last month because of the Alphabeton TBR, but I'm doing a traditional TBR this month, and I'm way over ambitious, but I would rather have options than not. And it's a good mixture, I think, of books that are quick reads and can be kind of just picked up, read, and finished, and some others that have more substance to them but are fun and probably still quick reads, and others that have a little bit more meat to them. So I tried to kind of pick a wide variety of subject and style and all those things so that I could kind of pick and choose as I went. So I'm going to start off with just what's at the top of the pile versus going through any specific order. So the first two books after last month reading Quidditch Through the Ages, I am going to try to get to both Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and Tales of the Beetle the Bard this month. Both of these are the other two in the Hogwarts Library series. I just think they're kind of quick, fun reads. And these have a little bit more, I don't want to say kind of meaning behind them. Obviously, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is turned into a film, so the Newt Scamander who wrote this book is the main character of that series of movies. And then Tales of Beetle the Bard is mentioned specifically in Deathly Hallows. So, and kind of has some like story moments there. So, I just think it'll be kind of interesting to get to these this month, and they're super quick reads. They're like under like 100 pages each. They're each like just over. They're like 105. So, super quick reads to pick up if I need, and just a quick book to read in an evening if I'm in the mood to read, but not in the mood to like sit down and digest something. I'm also going to try and pick up Once Upon a Sunset this month. It is about a girl who is kind of dealing with some family stuff and some personal stuff and stumbles upon a box of letters from her grandfather to her grandmother, and kind of spearheads her on this journey to kind of figure out her history and some things that maybe had happened in her past and her family's past that she didn't know about before. It kind of reminds me of, oh, what's it called? It's right over on my shelf somewhere. Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour, in terms of that like kind of story leading to something, history kind of leading into something. So I'm really interested to see where this book goes, kind of what it's actually about, and learn more about kind of where this is going to go. The next book that I hope to pick up is The Selection by Kira Cass. I have been wanting to get to this trilogy for a long time, and kind of figured this month was probably perfect. It just seems like it's going to be a fun, quick read of a series. So I'm hoping to get to the first book this month, and then maybe I'll just read one in the series a month until I finish it. The next book that I'm already working through is Wires and Nerve, Volume 2, Gone Rogue. This is the second book in the duology of the Ico-centered graphic novel series. So this is the ending to the story, but I really like this format, and I'm just kind of interested to see where the story ends and where it kind of ends the Lunar Chronicles, because I'm pretty sure this is the last actual book in this series, because I think all of Marissa Meyer's other books are fairy tale centered, but not in the Lunar Chronicles kind of world setting necessarily. So I'm interested to get to that. The next book, I am restarting this reread saga that I am still nowhere near finished, but I'm closer to the end of the rereads than I was when I started. And that is The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. This is the next series. This trilogy is the next series in my reread kind of saga here of all of Rick Riordan's books. And then I will move on to his new books, because I think after this series I will get to Magnus Chase, read through Magnus Chase, and then I will read through Trials of Apollo. And then from there, we get to start picking up some of the Rick Riordan Presents series. I have yet to purchase a single one of those because I have so many Rick Riordan books that I need to get to still, that I decided to take a break on purchasing any books centered around him so that I could just get through the books he'd released in the last 3 or 4 years that I'm super behind on. The next book I hope to get to is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This world, the Grisha trilogy world, Grisha universe world, is now a TV show on Netflix. Shadow and Bone is now a TV show on Netflix, so the Grishaverse is kind of now in media form. So I want to read through this trilogy, and then there's a duology I know that's also set in this universe that I've heard really good things about, so I want to read these, and then I will watch the TV show once I read through all those books. The next book that's kind of just a quick, that I might be reading over the next few months, depending, is John Green's The Anthropocene Reviewed, which is just a collection of short mini essays that John has put together. He had still has his podcast that's called The Anthropocene Reviewed, where he just kind of reviews random things, and then, we go from there. So, but this is just kind of something to pick up for a quick minute, that just, I'm going to read this essay real quick, and things like that. So, is that, and then the last book that I hope to get to this month is Disney Maps, a magical atlas of the movies we know and love. This just seems like such a cute thing, and since I didn't get to it in July, I want to get to it now. I was gonna reread it a few days ago. I was gonna read it a few days ago, but there was a lot more text in it than I remembered before, and I want to make sure that I give it the time and be able to kind of just enjoy it versus rushing through it. So just because it's more of a picture book, I didn't want to rush through the things that were written in it. So anyway, those are it. Those are the 9 books that I hope to get to this month. It is quite a lot, but we shall see what happens. There's a good mix of quick reads and some more substantial reads in there, so we'll just see where it goes from there, and then we'll see if I get to all of it, which I don't think I will, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, but we'll see. We can only hope, and we'll go from there. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Goodbye!